Everyone who talks about Indian football is going to tell you that Kolkata is the beating heart of Indian football. It has the biggest football stadium, the biggest clubs, the most iconic players, and a lot of history behind it, as well as some of the most amazing fan bases that you'll ever see. Hi, my name is Imran, and welcome to the Scoreboard. This is season 0 of Scoreboard, where my goal is to make sports more cool and accessible to all of you. Now, as somebody who's from Kolkata and loves the football scene here, I felt like it is my obligation to make one of these guides. I was initially planning on doing short forms, but I eventually decided on doing a relatively longer format of a video. This video is for people who are not from Kolkata or not even from India, for the matter of fact. If you're somebody who lives abroad and you're planning to make a trip to Kolkata to experience football here, this is an incredible guide just for that, just so you can schedule ahead of time. And let's get started with this. Before I start talking about Kolkata football, I'll have to tell you about two of its major grounds and the rest of them as well. So the biggest ground in Kolkata is the Yuva Bharati Vivekananda Yuva Bharati Krirangan. I kind of struggle with the name sometimes, but if you ever come here, just call it the Salt Lake Stadium. It's an 85,000 capacity stadium. It used to host more than 1 lakh people, but sort of got constructed down, or what it is. Like, there's a certain word for it. I just don't know what the word is, but it got reduced. The capacity got reduced, and it has the record of the highest attendance, which is 13. I'm very sure it's 1,30,000, 1,300 for those of you who follow like numbers outside. It is owned by the West Bengal government, but it is shared between two of the biggest clubs in this city, Mohun Bagan and East Bengal. All the major ISL games happen here, and it's the biggest stadium in India. So it's honestly a very huge deal. I feel like everybody who follows Indian football should have Salt Lake Stadium in their bucket list. I've had the luxury to go there quite often, but for those who haven't, this should definitely be one of your away days. Also, fun fact, Salt Lake Stadium was the host of the 2017 like under 17 World Cup, and Phil Foden got the golden ball. There's a very like iconic picture of him with the then chief minister of West Bengal. It's pretty cool in my opinion as a Manchester City fan as well. Now the second stadium, which is sort of a minor stadium when it comes to Salt Lake Stadium, is the Kishore Bharati Stadium, KBK, or Kishore Bharati Krirangan, like for the official name. It used to be the home ground of Mohammedan up until they were playing in the ISL, and it was also shared by Interkashi as well. It's the second ground, sort of, for like lesser football events. Not lesser exactly, it has a 12,000 seating capacity. It's a pretty beautiful stadium. I've never been there. I will for sure go there once the metro connects. And it's another stadium that you should probably look out for if you ever have a chance to go there. Now, as I mentioned, Mohammedan used to play there, and I feel like Diamond Harbour, if they make the jump to ISL, will also play there, very highly likely. So that's something you should watch out for. Other minor grounds in Kolkata include Howrah Union's ground, which is the Mohammedan SC practice facility ground, East Bengal ground or Aryans. I'm very sure it's like East Bengal ground, but anyways, Calcutta FC and Mohun Bagan ground, which hosts Mohun Bagan's training sessions. All these three are used for CFL games mostly, so it's something of a small stadium, but it can still host like games, non-league games for sure, and they are all close by each other. So if you're ever in a walk like exploring the city and you just want to go there, you can just go there. It's pretty nearby. You can make a walk and just visit all three at the same time. So now that we know our venues, let's get to the competitions. Calcutta Football League is one of the oldest football competitions in the world. And in spite of it being a non-league tier system, it's still a big part of Kolkata football. You'll see teams like Mohun Bagan, East Bengal and Mohammedan play in these leagues. Usually they're reserve teams, usually not as good as their first teams are, but still there's so much to look forward to in Calcutta Football League. You'll see some upcoming clubs perform in them, and some great players get opportunities in Calcutta Football League. It's one of the oldest tournaments and one of the most prestigious things that still exist in Indian football, and it's something that definitely deserves a spotlight. Now the season has already started. It started from 12th July. I haven't had a chance to go to a Calcutta Football League game, but I would love to tick that off anytime I get. Whoever wins Calcutta Football League gets to go on to play in the Indian Football Pyramid. So they get promoted to I League 3 and so on and so forth. In spite of it being non-league football, I have a lot of appreciation for non-league football across the world, and I would love to cover Calcutta Football League in my YouTube channel pretty soon. I'm going in chronological order technically, even though like Calcutta Football League goes on way into the season. So the second tournament which I want to talk about is the Durand Cup. Now I've talked about Durand Cup quite a lot in this YouTube channel, and I will continue to do so up until the final, which is on 23rd August. The Salt Lake Stadium hosts the final of the Durand Cup. It has ever since 2021. Now, Durand Cup is relatively new to Kolkata, but not exactly. Kolkata clubs have been very successful in Durand Cup. The first ever Indian team to win the Durand Cup was Mohammedan. The most successful club in the history of Durand Cup is Mohun Bagan, followed by East Bengal. So it's a big part of Kolkata football culture. And now that Durand Cup is officially part of Kolkata football, it's something that I see staying. It still draws a huge crowd here. I am going to a game this Sunday, and I want to bring you guys alongside with me. In spite of it being a preseason tournament, I think there is still so much of fun that goes on while the Durand Cup is on. There's so much storylines to talk about, and now that Kolkata has the ability to showcase their love for football on a regular basis, I think it's pretty amazing. Now, let's talk about the most popular, like the one which is the most known, the ISL. Kolkata has been a part of ISL since the very beginning, back when ATK was a club and they used to play in Salt Lake Stadium as well. Now, Kolkata has three different teams, even though one of them is relegated. I'm not sure where that is, where that whole thing stands. But you're definitely going to see Mohun Bagan and East Bengal competing in the ISL. Indian Super League games happen almost every week. Some happen in Salt Lake Stadium, some don't. And since we have two clubs, then you'll often see games happen more often than not. One thing about ISL games, if you're ever planning to go, is that the metro stays on. Like, usually the metro ends before 9 or something like that. But during ISL games, it extends from 9:40 onwards. You'll still get two more trains so that match viewers, they can go back home, which I think is impressive, even though I think the metro line should extend way more than just that, but that's a different topic in itself. I've had the opportunity to see an ISL final in the Salt Lake Stadium, and I kid you not, the vibes are amazing. Both Mohun Bagan fans and East Bengal fans are amazing when it comes to their support. They create insane atmosphere, and I've not experienced atmosphere in other parts of India, which is something that I would definitely love to. But I can tell you that East Bengal and Mohun Bagan fans are some of the best fan bases, I would argue, in the entire world. They are amazing, and I think like if you're planning to visit Kolkata for football, you should definitely go to either one of their big games, not necessarily derby. Like, go to East Bengal versus Bengaluru, go to Northeast versus Mohun Bagan, go to Mumbai City versus Mohun Bagan. Games like this, you're gonna enjoy it for sure. Now, finally, is ACL, Asian AFC Champions League. Now, this is kind of a what if, in the sense that it totally depends on how the Kolkata teams are performing. The reason why I included this in the video is because more often than not, Kolkata teams are the best teams in India. They are the most successful ones, be it either Mohun Bagan being successful over the past few years and East Bengal just winning their maiden title. It's more often than not you'll see a Kolkata team play in Asia. Even though Mohun Bagan has been banned up until 2027-2028 season, they still find their way in Asian football every single year. And I feel like once the ban is removed, or if it's up repealed or something, they're gonna be there. They're gonna be there again for sure. And East Bengal are gonna be playing in the ACL2 preliminary round just on 12th August, and that's happening in Salt Lake Stadium as well. So if East Bengal wins, you'll get a lot more opportunities to see Champions League football in Kolkata, and I think that's impressive. So this is a short guide to Kolkata football. If you are somebody who's planning to make a trip to Kolkata to go to a game, my Instagram is at the rate scoreboard by Skia. If you need any suggestions or if you just want to catch up with me or do you want to go to a game, you want tickets sorted out, some help with that, I'm down to help you guys for sure. Just give me a message and let's talk about it. All right. As I mentioned, that my goal is to make sports, especially Indian sports, more cool and accessible to people of different parts of this country. I will try my best to cover as many sports that I am interested in or I can. Just before I end this video, I do want to say that I started working somewhere, so it's gonna be a little hard for me to balance both YouTube and work up until a certain amount of time. Once I get used to it, I'm gonna come out with content on a rapid basis. August has a pretty amazing slate, and I want you guys to subscribe for it. I promise I will deliver if you guys subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching this video, and if you want more guides, more analysis, more commentary, I'll be here and you're gonna enjoy this. Trust me. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll catch up with you next time.